shit. Got no love for our bitch. Black boy ride with the mob stick. How you a shooter ain't shot shit? I'ma drop me a nigga like a quick bit. Why she run up these comments so quickly? I'ma throw this shit out till they get me. Hot shit. All of my niggas gon' pop shit. Got no love for our bitch. Black boy ride with the mob stick. How you a shooter ain't shot shit? I'ma drop me a nigga like a quick bit. Why she run up these comments so quickly? I'ma throw this shit out till they get me.
Came from the kitchen with the crack pot, cooking up that crack rock. Soon as I stepped outside, blood stains on the black top. 40 cal in my Levi's, Valley boy in a G-Ride. Bend the blocks, running stops, fuck the cops till I desire. Streets raised me since knee high. Mall liquor and weed smoke, running around with the OGs. Cold piece of my trench coat, whole street knew what was up. Young dumb and ain't give a fuck. Fresh out, it's already tucked. Pocket full of stones already cut. I was thugged out, niggas want what they get drug out. Kicking the door, let the slugs out. Blood on the floor, just dug out. Then I buzz out. All that murder shit, whole scene like a murder flick. White chalk, yellow tape, only evidence on my dirty kicks. My dirty kicks, the no print, no evidence, no one heard shit. That sickness, that Macy, that from the cradle to the grave shit. Rob a nigga broad day shit, snatch off a nigga chain shit, smash on sideways shit, mask on like Jason.
Niggas gon' pop shit. Got no love for our bitch. Black boy ride with the mob stick. How you a shooter ain't shot shit? I'ma drop me a nigga like a quick bit. Why she run up these comments so quickly? I'ma throw this shit out till they get me. Hot shit. All of my niggas gon' pop shit. Got no love for our bitch. Black boy ride with the mob stick. How you a shooter ain't shot shit? I'ma drop me a nigga like a quick bit. Why she run up these comments so quickly? I'ma throw this shit out till they get me.
It's been like a week, stuck in the house, a lot on my mind with nothing to do. I got a call from my dog, said he got a lick. I told him that I'm sliding too. We split the block a few times, keep an eye out for mine, just in case a nigga make a move. Look, if I ride, he rollin'. If I catch a nigga lacking, I'm blowin'. Body back, gon' catch a drift in the morning. Fuck what you talking about, hop in the whip that we saw by his mom. So many shots, they be thinking it's a die now. Got him praying for a timeout, but you can't pray for time when you in the field. My nigga, shit real, my nigga, yeah, shit been real. So my cousin got killed, my nigga, you niggas just fool to me. Y'all hear niggas talk about what they gon' do to me. It took a little time, now they watching me level up. Every the game, you can go put your shovel up. Glock with a stick in it, you take your pick with it. Seven in the wood, watch it bark. Play Vic in it, she open wide. Then I throw the dick in it, say if you feeling it, I just be killing it. Double that bitch, hot off the meat rack, don't sit straight. I ride my seat back, you ride with your seat back. Please don't repeat that. He's under the seat where I keep the heat at. One in that head, get you wrapped like a blessing. I'm leaving you dry like a walk through the desert. I took the game like Steph on the 3. Oh, troll, shift for delete. Bitch, I'm a soldier like P and Young Bleed. Bitch, I'm a soldier like P and Young Bleed. Yeah.
Hot shit. All my niggas gon' pop shit. Got no love for our bitch. Black boy ride with the mob stick. How you a shooter ain't shot shit? I'ma drop me a nigga like a quick bit. Why she run up these comments so quickly? I'ma throw this shit out till they get me. Hot shit. All of my niggas gon' pop shit. Got no love for our bitch. Black boy ride with the mob stick. How you a shooter ain't shot shit? I'ma drop me a nigga like a quick bit. Why she run up these comments so quickly? I'ma throw this shit out till they get me.
Hey, how's it going? I'm your boy Jason Dubs with Double Dare Entertainment. You're watching Hot Shit Interviews, and today I got Lex Lethal. How you doing, my man?
What's up, man? I'm good, bro. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good. Great to have you on, man. It's been kind of, it took us a little bit to work it out, huh?
Yeah, hectic life, man. I've got a job that the hours
Yeah.
shift so much, and I've got a almost 4-year-old daughter, plus the music,
Oh, okay. That's what's up, man. I can dig it. So, how's everything going? I'm gonna go in with the question marks. With the questions here in a little bit, man. Well, I want you to just give everyone just a little quick background on who you are. I'm gonna be dropping his links while he does this, guys.
All right, no stress. My name is Lex Lethal, obviously. The Wolf, the Heathen. Murder music representing, always. I am a Scottish artist, born and raised in Scotland my whole life, but I've been living in Norway for the last 8 years. Norse pagan, not racist. Should point that out. There's often a correlation I don't like. But yeah, I've been doing music for a long time. But when it comes to Lex Lethal, you can hear that I've been doing a lot of different music for a long time. It's rap, but it's maybe not quite what you'd expect all the time.
Right on. So, Right on, my man. Let me go right here. Whoa. I was looking for my downloads here. Here we go. Right there. There we go.
What's up, Dylan? I see your comment there.
Dylan's up in here. Yep, that's the homeboy right there, man. He does he's the head engineer here at Double Dare.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, yeah. He's got a I think he's got a BA from Full Sail. He's a real talented dude.
Nice.
He actually mixed that track we just heard. What did you think of that? Did you hear that?
Yeah, I did. That was a good track. It was a good mix too. Like from I
No.
don't know what the audio's like getting affected through here, but it didn't seem to be affected too badly.
Right on, man. Much love. So what first got you into music, my man? Like,
Oh shit, that goes a long way back, bro. The
yeah,
first thing that got me into music, I mean, I'll say what I tell a lot of people, is that the first memory that I have is one of my happiest memories, and I was actually unwell at the time. I must have
okay,
been about four. I think I was 4 years old, and I was sick, but I was laying on the sofa listening to Thin Lizzy while
okay.
like hugging my dad, and my dad was comforting me through feeling sick, and I just remember feeling really fucking safe and comfortable. And one of the strongest parts of that memory is the music, and I kind of grew an attachment to music from then.
Right on.
So as that grew, inevitably came the will to try it myself.
Yeah. Did you go right into like hip hop or rap?
No,
Did you start with that? Okay. What did you
no,
start
no.
with?
Well, the first time I ever took to a stage, actually, I was 8 years old. I won a talent competition with the song "Blue Dabba Dee" by Eiffel 65. I
Yeah.
don't know if you remember that. Yeah,
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
that was
Yeah.
that long ago.
Yeah.
Um,
Wow.
so yeah, I entered with that, and and I started like enjoying the performance side of things, and decided I think I was about 12 or 13 to start
Yeah.
writing music on my own, and I had an acoustic guitar, and I wrote some sort of pseudo mariachi style track with
Okay.
some comedic lyrics, and then I
That's
went
what's
into
up.
metal.
Okay.
I was 16 before I first wrote a rap verse.
Okay. All right. So 16. How old of a guy
Mm.
are you?
I'm 31 now. I turned
Okay.
31 in July just passed.
Right on. Right on. Happy birthday.
Thanks for that.
Uh, yeah, no worries. Uh, who inspired you to make music, do you think?
Um, the inspiration to actually make music came from my cousin Darren, who
Okay.
was a big part of my life. He was one of my best friends for a long time. I have fond memories of being a kid and him playing funny songs and stupid songs and listening to his band sometimes when he wasn't around.
Yeah.
And then unfortunately passed away when I was 13, and it was his death that spurred me on to getting a guitar in the first place.
Oh, so
And
you play guitar too.
yeah, I've got a guitar sitting over here, thankfully. But yeah, typically I've had a guitar either attached to me or near me since I was about 13. As I say, I got my first one.
Awesome. Awesome. Awesome.
And but when it came to the certain styles, I guess there's different inspirations for different styles of music, and they've all led to Lex Lethal.
Awesome, man. Awesome. So, where did you grow up at? It was exactly, town
Uh,
wise.
I was born and raised in Stirling, Central Scotland.
Okay.
I lived there. I lived in different parts of Stirling, including the city centre itself, up until I was about 11 or 12. And then I moved out to one of the last eastern villages of Stirling and moved when I was 14 to Clackmannanshire,
Mm-hmm.
which is about 15, 20 minutes drive away, not too far really. And then I was 21, I moved up to Glasgow for about a year and a half, 2 years, which is where I took my training first for security.
Okay.
That was
Okay.
fun. It was a lot of fun.
And that's your job now?
Um, Yeah, I'm a security guard now. Yeah. I work for one of the biggest companies in the world. They have a sub company which is just for like bouncer work, basically.
Okay.
Not just clubs, but festivals and shit like that. Same sort of
Oh, cool.
idea.
So that just goes hand in hand with you too, man. You know, you could be
Yeah.
performing on that, too. You get all
Well,
the.
that's it. I mean, I've made connections through these things before.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
it's not like I didn't seek the job in order to do that, but like I've met people along the way that have, become curious in what I do, or they've seen an obvious passion for music in me while I've been
yeah.
doing what I've been doing. And there's been some pretty cool moments as well. Like one time I was doing a festival called Tons of Rock, and
Okay.
the band Europe, with the final
Yeah,
countdown, Europe,
yeah,
those guys.
yeah.
The singer put down the microphone a couple times in front of different security that were down there, and they were all just standing there, just sort of like turn their heads away, wouldn't do it. But not fucking me. I don't care if I'm standing there dressed up in uniform or not. That guy puts a
Yeah,
microphone in front of me in front of 10,000 people. 10 fucking thousand people in front of me. I am going to sing. I don't
that's
give a shit.
awesome. I agree. I agree. You take that opportunity, man. You can't be just,
Yeah, you got to, man.
sitting there.
I live for this. I live for
Yeah,
this. I love my job. I love being a security guard, and what I do means a lot to me. I put my head on my pillow at night after a hard shift, and I realize that I know that I've done something good. But if I had to choose music or security, like no offense to my job, you know what I mean?
yeah,
It can go and run because
right,
music is who I am.
right. Uh, have you ever ran into like a sticky situation at your security job? Can you
Oh
carry a
yeah,
gun? Do you carry a gun or no?
no, no, we're not allowed to be armed at work here,
Okay,
and only the police have the right to carry a gun
okay,
in
okay.
terms of like public services of any kind, public defense or public order services.
Right on.
The police are the only ones allowed to carry a gun, which to a degree is understandable and
Yeah,
kind of helpful, but it does leave certain risks, I guess, when you
oh
consider
yeah,
that in my job we're typically the first to get there in my job here in Norway because there's a lot more of us than there is police.
right, right. Do you get mace or anything like that or no? You have
Nope,
nothing?
no, no,
You have nothing. You
no.
just
We
go
get
in there with your bare hands, huh?
yeah, we get in certain jobs we'll be allowed to wear, we'll be allowed to carry cuffs,
Okay,
and some dogs in some services as well. Sometimes you get to have a dog, uh,
okay, cool.
but beyond that, it's we get vests and
Okay,
fucking ingenuity. It's what we get. Vests and ingenuity.
right on. How did the younger you look at hip hop as far as hip hop? Were you into hip hop at all?
Um,
Bro.
Yeah, yeah, I've always been into it. Well, I say I don't can't say always. I was raised by a biker and like an
Right.
anarchist skinhead, not a white pride skinhead, like an original skin. And that's
Okay.
something, by the way, a lot of people don't know about. Not all
Right.
skinheads are racist, and in fact, originally skinheads were ska punks that were totally against racism,
Tell them
and it was
about it, bro.
co-opted by the fucking skinhead movement.
Yeah.
That's a little fact for everybody, some knowledge.
Yeah.
But yeah, my mother was an anarchist skinhead, and my dad was a fucking biker. So I got raised in a house of rock and metal. You know what I mean? That's what
Yeah.
I was raised on. But I was about 11, 10, 11, I think, when my parents got me. Which one was it? Is it Life After Death, Biggie?
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And then my brother David got the Eminem Marshall Mathers LP, I think it was Marshall Mathers, and I was already listening to a little bit like Linkin Park and Mike Shinoda, the rapper in Linkin Park,
Yep.
hugely underrated by the way.
Oh
He
yeah.
started
Yeah.
catching my attention, and then from there I just kind of fucking fell in love, and I've always loved it. As I say, I was 16. I was a huge metalhead when I was 16, and I had a metal band at 16,
Okay.
but I was still just writing bars. I wasn't doing anything with it, but it was fun for me to be able to play with words like that.
Right. Right. Sweet. Sweet. So you just you pretty much go back and forth. Do you make metal music now too?
Yeah, I mean, yes and no. I have a band called Ravenwing, a metal band called
Okay.
Ravenwing, and We're looking for a drummer right now, so we haven't actually been that active in the last year or two. But we do have 2 releases out, and we are working on an album. It's just kind of slow going because there are other projects. I've got this. There are the guys in the band have got their own respective side projects that they're putting extra work in while we're still looking for this drummer. So yes, I make metal, but it's been a while.
Okay. How would you describe the music you make today? What genre
I'm
would
talking
you
about
call
Lex Lethal.
yourself? Yeah,
Uh,
that's it. You're
talking
your
about
own on your. You consider yourself your own.
Yeah, I would say that if I was to put Lex Lethal under any kind of genre, it would be music. Because
Finish.
if you take a look at like Playboy the Beast, it's got a kind of horrorcore, like Playboy the Beast collaboration, Born Crooked, sorry, it's got a little bit of a horrorcore element to it, but
Right.
it's from both his verse and mine. It's reality, so I don't really put it, I don't class it under the same sort of same kind of belt as horrorcore. I've got political stuff. I've got stuff with influences of metal. I've got stuff with several different kinds of influence in it, different sounds in it. So I don't want to fit into a genre because it would be dishonest of me, in my opinion.
I can dig that, man. That's what's up. Who were some of your biggest influences? You know, in the industry, or you know, even if it wasn't in the industry,
Um,
underground.
well, as a rapper, my main influences would be the likes of Tech Nine, Eminem, Yellow Wolf. Um, who else we got? Probably. I don't know if I count them as influences, but certainly inspirations to a degree. The likes of Rakim, Jay-Z to an extent. DMX's aggression
Hmm.
definitely has its place in my music. Um, do you know who gets doesn't really get enough credit, and has definitely got a part to play in my lyrics and the stuff that I approach, is the likes of Vinnie Paz.
Oh,
The guy, I mean, not everybody agrees with the stuff he talks about, but the guy's trying to talk about reality and he's trying to fucking educate people, and that's something I try and do with my music. So I guess Vinnie Paz would come in there as well.
that's what's up, man.
Oh, I do live in the heart of black metal, Dylan, and on that, if you like black metal, then do yourself a favor and check out my track Grand Declaration of War, because it's a tribute to black metal and it's all black metal based wordplay. You'll have fun listening to that one.
There's links in the comments, Dylan. I think I got everyone that you sent me in the comments there. You see those?
Mm.
If
If
you can
anybody
see
wants
them.
to have a look at my YouTube channel, if anybody's looking and what it is, that's what they're looking for over there.
Okay.
Let me get a little bit closer up here.
Give
Show you
us a
guys
share,
that.
guys. Listen, like, comment, share, please. This will also stay up for afterwards. So any of those guys tune in after, subscribe. There it is, right there.
Nice one. Do that. The Grand Declaration of War is great fun. Oh, you like Satyricon? That's cool. My band Soul Moon actually used to practice in the same building as Satyricon.
Oh wow.
And I'll tell you one thing, Frost is actually that weird. He really is. Like, I mean, he's a cool guy. He's not a bad guy, but the perfect example of my couple of interactions with Frost were a small, short conversation with the guy that I met him with in the street. It was just sort of like, "Hi, how you doing? On the way to practice? Have you been to practice? Yeah, cool. All right, I'll see you later," kind of thing.
Right.
And the second time that I saw him, he was sitting outside a bar in Oslo called Rock Inn, and he was just sitting there staring at his pint glass. Didn't
Yeah.
really say anything. And the third time was when we were actually at practice, and he'd been sitting there, I shit you not, for about 4 hours behind the drum kit, non-stop, just fucking brrrr, away he goes. So he sits for
Really.
the entirety of my band's hour and a half practice session, entirety of it, sitting there on the couch out in the practice room in total silence with his eyes closed, just sitting still. Excellent drummer. He's like a fucking machine. I don't think he's the best metal drummer, unfortunately. In my personal opinion, I believe the world just lost the best metal drummer,
Who's that?
Joey Jordison.
Okay. Okay.
I think that was the best drummer in the world. That's me. Anyway, let's get back to the.
Dylan said, does he do meth? Who?
I don't think he does meth. No,
Oh, okay. The dude that you're talking about. Okay, all right.
I'm assuming he means Frost. No, I don't think he does
Yeah.
meth. There's not really much of a meth problem out here in Norway. As far as I know, there's not a lot of it here.
Okay, right on. So, if it wasn't for your music career, what do you think you would be doing today?
Just
You
what
think
I
you
am
still
doing,
have your
man.
security job?
Yeah, it's a big part of who I am as a person. Like I've been doing that. Like my dad was a security guard, for
Okay.
example.
So
I
you're
kind
kind of
of when I was
following in
about 11 years
footsteps.
old. Yeah, basically. I was about 11
Yeah.
years old, and he came down from like upstairs with his shirt and stuff, and like he pressed his shirt, put his tie on, and fucking polished his boots on, put it on, and put an MA1 flight jacket over, and I was like, I'm going to work looking like that. And then I
That's
found out more about his job, and it just sounded really fucking exciting, really fun.
right,
So
right.
I think I'd still be doing it, and I've even said, to be honest, with my music career, until the point where it's totally unviable for me to do so, I'll probably still pick up a shift here and there. Like I
Yeah.
enjoy my job so much.
Just for the heck of it, huh?
Yeah, I like it, man. It means a lot
Yeah.
to me doing something that's important, you know.
That's what's up. Have you ever saved anybody's life or anything like that? Or
Yeah, I believe I've, yeah. I mean, I've
can you
not.
talk about it?
Yeah, I can't give details and things like that, but I can
Okay.
talk about things to a degree. There was one dude who fell. I believe he fell. I didn't see what actually happened to him anyway. But he busted up in the back of his head and he was bleeding pretty
Oh,
heavily.
okay.
And I gave initial first aid and contacted the ambulance crew and got them there in time. And the guy actually came and found me afterwards. And one of the necklaces that I've got, one of the hammer pendants that I have, in fact, I'll show you, sits on here with the dog tag I got from my father. This one here
That's what's
is
up.
a gift for exactly that.
That's what's up. That's pretty cool. It had to make you feel pretty good, though, huh?
It did actually, cried a little bit, if I'm honest.
Yeah. Oh, right on, my man. Right on.
Like my job means a lot to me, especially with things like that. Like it's
I'm
not
glad to hear
always
that.
pretty, but
Yeah.
I'm always doing something worth doing.
What's your
I
creative
kind of
process like?
my creative process. Well, one thing that is pretty much a staple is that the majority of the time I let the beats choose me, and I let the beats choose the concept based on the emotion drawn forth here in the beat.
Okay.
I don't try and force anything, and that's why I have like my work over the years has been kind of patchy in releases. Last year, I tried to keep it reasonably consistent with a lot of the releases, and right up to Frosty the Snowman, I was doing exactly that. But now I'm building up to the release of an album, so I've got a couple of things to put out before that. But it takes time for me for that reason because I don't try and force anything. If I get paid for a collab, I can usually put myself in the mindset and try
Yeah.
and it usually helps to have something to go off of. If they've got a track already ready to go and an
Right.
idea, then I can work on that. But like when it comes to my own, the tracks will pick me and then I'll kind of work on from that. And writing writing can be approached a number of different ways, but always done in the same way.
Right.
I could, when it comes to actually getting some writing done, I could be out and about with the beat on. I could be in my house lifting weights or cleaning or fucking doing dishes or some shit. But the beat will be on and it will be
Yeah.
playing until something that I feel fits the feeling comes
Yeah.
forward.
Yeah.
I'll spit in like I'll spit with rhythms but no words,
Yeah.
and then the
Right.
words will start to form.
Right. I've seen people do
And
that. They'll be like, and then yeah,
yeah,
right. Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
Once the words start to come together, I do it usually 4 by 4 lines. And once I get
Okay.
4 lines perfected, I'm gonna move on to the next one.
Okay. 4 bars at a time, huh?
Well, generally 4 lines at a time,
Okay.
which could be depending on what kind of shit I'm writing. You've heard some of it. Some of it's ridiculously quick. Four
Right.
lines
Yeah.
can be
Yeah.
1 bar. You know, it could be 1 bar or two,
I'd
three,
like to
four.
show everyone a little taste of that before this is before that's over. Remember
Yeah, I can
like
do
3
that.
or 4 weeks ago when you did that video, and I mean, you just went in, you was chopping. I remember that.
Yeah, I was doing a live, and
Yeah,
because there
yeah,
was
yeah,
somebody had been putting into dispute whether or not I would be capable of spitting some of the stuff that I've got out like
yeah,
live and in one take.
yeah.
And I was like, yeah, fucking course I can. I don't write anything and release anything that I couldn't do on a stage, because what the fuck is the point? However,
Right,
I don't do it. I don't do it in the recordings, and I don't do it on the stage all the time, because I want to get the punch in as much as I possibly can. But that
yeah,
doesn't mean that I can't perform it in one go, because even usually and typically in one go, there's still a lot of punch and a lot of power to it. But I know that it lacks that crisp sound, and every fucking artist everybody loves does it. If you think that you're listening to a fucking, I'm gonna name a couple of artists these days that people like, I'm not particularly fond of,
yeah.
but
Substash.
the likes of fucking, yeah, the likes of Uzi Vert, or whatever the fuck his name is, young little Uzi Vert, young Uzi Vert,
Yeah,
and even going all the way back to the likes of fucking the early Eminem and Tech Nine and artists all the way in between. They all use cuts, man, because that gives the track extra power, and that's why it sounds better than a lot of the stuff that you hear coming out of the underground, where everybody's getting caught in between with these big fucking breaths. I can
right.
do it, and I can do it with a degree of edge to it, but it sounds better when you don't.
Hmm. Dylan
So
wants
yeah,
to know:
I
Are
can
they
definitely
putting
do that.
anybody in? Are they putting anybody in camps out there?
Nah, there's nobody getting put in camps up here, man.
Okay,
No,
okay,
no. And I'm very much up here. Norway is kind of north of most places,
okay,
bro.
okay. Right on, right on.
I suppose Minnesota, where you are, we're about level,
Yeah,
maybe
yeah.
slightly higher
Everyone's
here.
down from us except except from Canada. Australia?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you're talking to Nathan. Nathan's in here from Australia. Okay.
Oh, fucking hell.
Yeah,
And I don't think they're putting people in camps in Australia. Not that I
yeah.
know of. Got a
You
couple
ever
friends
been
there.
there?
Nobody's mentioned that.
Oh, yeah.
I've never been, no. I'm gonna be honest. I'm afraid of the place. There's an entire country that's trying to fucking kill you. Fuck
Oh,
that.
yeah, yeah.
Like the place where even the weather's trying to kill you, man. The weather. Fuck that.
Yeah, no way. Yeah, man, they got a lot of spider. I'm not a big spider guy, and they got some deadly ones
No.
out there, man. You know what I mean?
Yes, they fucking do. Yes, they do.
what what do you think the best advice that you've ever been given, and who gave it to you?
Best advice I've ever been given.
Yeah,
I don't know. There's been a hell of a lot of very valuable pieces of information given to me over the years, but I think I'd probably say the two best pieces of advice were given to me by my mum and my dad, actually,
mm, all right.
and they've applied in the music. Um, my mother always told me, never let anybody stop you being you and tell you who you are, tell you what you means.
Yeah,
Be you,
okay.
no matter who you are, no matter who likes who you are, you.
Don't
And
ever
I always
change it.
stuck with that. And my dad,
Yeah,
yeah, that's an important thing to remember for most people is be who you are, because
absolutely it
anything
is.
else, that sense of
Yeah,
falseness weighs on you, man.
it sure does.
But
You can only lie and cheat yourself so much.
yeah, and trying to hide who you are in order to be comfortable, there's no life
Yeah,
for anyone. So fuck all of that. But the piece of advice that my dad gave me that I've applied more in adulthood is think more, speak less. And I have learned a hell of a lot of shit just by listening to people and thinking,
yeah,
paying attention to what's going on around me.
absolutely. That's why you got two ears and one mouth, right?
Hmm.
That's those are all good pieces of advice, man. I can dig it. I can dig it,
And
man.
those things apply in music, by the way, in
Absolutely.
very strong ways. When it comes to music, if you're less than honest about it, people will pick up on that. It won't take long.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And
Talk
when it
about what
comes
you know.
to Exactly. And when it comes to thinking more and talking less, that's a similar concept. It's like, don't fucking talk all this shit unless you're making sure that you're ready to follow it through and do what you need to do. And you make sure that you pay attention, you listen, and you figure out what needs to be done. This is a treacherous fucking business, and you can't go around acting like one way or another, expecting that it's going to get you open all doors. It's not going to happen.
Right.
There's consequences to your actions, and you got to be aware of them before you make any of these choices you're going to have to make in business.
Right on. If you could change anything about the music industry today, what would it be? You know, the underground,
The
just whatever in general. Let's talk about it in general.
I would change the um, the ratio of money going to artists and in comparison to the amount going to studios. Although obviously marketing and stuff like that and production cost money and they require a certain amount of money to be covered,
Right.
record labels have been inherently screwing people over financially for decades,
Oh yeah,
and
I agree.
it's been a reoccurring problem.
Yeah.
So probably that changed the business aspect of it.
Yeah.
Make
It
it
did.
easier for talented artists to come forward and not be shelved because of financial reasons.
To be able to do it themselves. I mean, it's still pretty hard to get to do it yourself. You know, you really got to grind and really got to stick to it if you want people to
Yeah,
listen to your music. Quality's a big
I
thing.
sleep.
You know what I
Hmm.
mean. You know, and a lot of these guys,
Yeah,
you can get some good music on phones nowadays. I get it, but I wouldn't recommend recording on your phone. You know what I mean?
no, you
But a
get
lot
into
of
a
people do
studio,
it
you
nowadays.
record.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I hear a lot of it, but it's that's something if you want to pass around to your friends, maybe make a small following of people on your current social media platforms, and you might find one or two people will pick up along the way and go, yeah, that's pretty hard, but
Yeah,
nobody's going to follow a career that was made on BandLab. That ain't going to happen. You want somebody to,
I
you want to
agree.
follow a career, make music, make real music, professional quality music. My videos ever since fucking July last year have been top quality. My production's the same. Put money in your craft. That's number one piece of advice I give to anybody else. Put money in your
Yeah,
craft. Invest.
right, right. Because you're investing in yourself, man. I mean, unfortunately, it does cost a little bit of money, but it's a hell of a lot cheaper nowadays than what it used to be. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It's a lot easier than it was before.
And what
A
ways do
lot
you
of.
aim? Oh, go ahead, my man.
So
Go
I was
ahead.
just gonna say, there's a lot of home studio options that weren't around before.
Yeah, yeah. And with good quality too. That Apollo
Yeah.
Twin, I love it. And that Avalon plugin on there is just ridiculous. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
like, man, I really like it. That's what I use now. I got a Apollo Twin, and then I got a
That's
baby
cool.
blue bottom mic, which I like a lot. For rap. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
got some good warm tones. And
That's
what
cool. I
ways
need
do
to
you
check that out.
aim to make a difference for the
Well,
next generation of artists, music artists today?
um, well, for starters, there's a couple of things I want to address. I want to, uh, I want to try and encourage people to be more honest about the music and stop writing about shooting people if they're not shooting people. And
Right,
honestly, even if they are shooting people, writing about how the fact that they're shooting people in order to survive sucks, rather than how shooting people is their day-to-day life and that makes them a badass, because that's not
right.
fucking teaching anybody anything but violence, and that ain't going to
No,
help nobody, right? Another thing that I'd like to pass on to future generations of artists is stop writing things like the words like fucking faggot and all that shit. Like
yeah,
basically socially inflammatory words that will hurt people for no fucking reason when there are perfectly acceptable and perfectly usable alternative insults that you want to throw at somebody.
right,
Because first things
right.
first, and I'll say it right now loud and proudly, there's nothing wrong with somebody being fucking gay, right? That does not make them a bad person, and that does
No,
not mean that there's
no.
something wrong with them. So it should not be used as an insult. Simple as that. Another thing is just fucking stop trying to perpetuate a fucking shitty lifestyle in music. Try and teach, try and push forward in society, try and make change. If you're putting music together, you've got a voice. If you sit in an audience, that voice becomes much more prominent. And the more prominent that voice becomes, the more responsibility you have as an artist to put the forward the right kind of fucking message. And if you're talking
Absolutely.
about how awesome it is to be fucked out of your mind on one or another kind of drug, then that's what these kids are going to be out here hearing and thinking. I
Right.
partied way too hard as a teen. I got into some shit I should never have got into because honestly, I thought it'd be cool, and it was not cool.
Yeah. Whether you like it or not, when you're an artist, you are a role model. People do look up to you.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And man, that's just how it boils down. Why don't you give us a little taste of what you got, man? I'm excited.
All right,
You
man.
think you can pull it? Yeah.
I'll tell you
You
what.
ready?
Yeah, since you asked the question you did, and I gave the answer I did, I'll give you an example of that. I got a song
Okay.
called "As the World Burns" with Plague TSC. In fact, I should be able to show you that. Let me grab this here.
Sweet.
There's a lyric video on YouTube. Which one is it? It's here somewhere. Yeah.
No worries. Take your time, my man.
If you see that there, hang on, let me get closer.
Okay.
Go and check that out on YouTube if you want to hear this song in live action. But I'll give you the best delivery I can of it while making the lyrics still audible, or I can just go fucking full speed, and you can hear that.
Give them a little taste what you're
Let's go with
capable of,
option
bro.
B. All right.
Yeah.
The third rock from his sun has been knocked off its orbit. I'm feeling like I'm walking around apocalypse, and I could talk about whether it's Ragnarok or whether it's not, because it don't matter. A lot to me regard it is either way. They don't mean a man is awfully rotten, and not enough of us raise hands up to stop it. We got to be ready for revolution or for war, because the people on the top only give a fuck about stomping us bound to the ground. Think it's kind of profound every time that we stand for what we believe in, beaten down with the people up in the streets. Police will meet on me hounds. They teach you all about freedom and freedom ain't to be found. I'm setting upper classes the world around the money, just passing the buck of poverty yonder the fucking hungry. If my cash gets into the black, I think it's funny. The puppets that wouldn't help me come running from me. But I didn't come here to serve the witch. Everyone in the top till they could burn the shit. Giving like half a chance to be murdered when every one of them giving the money to the ones that earn the shit. The world's on fire, better learn it quick before world power can assert the grip. We gotta face facts, be ready to take back our planet before it's ash and it turns to shit. Stand up before we crumble to nothing, before they can overthrow us like none of us saw it coming. The puppeteers that are running the government's fucking loving it. Governing rubble's easier than fucking with the functional nation of people when they get united in fight. That's the kind of shit that's keeping them from sleeping at night. That's why they try and teach you there should be a divide, fighting to keep the people weak instead of free in their minds. That's why they're freezing inside. Why I'm leashing the reins, because to me, each one of your lives equal to mine. I see you as my people and I see for the blind. I'm just opening all of you here and take your freedom in time. Whether you follow God or Odin, well, it's equally fine, as long as each of them leads you to see that we are divine. Each one of you listen to me to decide if you want to be at my side or fight the evil and hate as the world burns.
I say you're a talented man, dude. You talented, man. You see, Dylan likes
Thanks
it,
a lot,
man.
bro.
Yeah, man. And
Thanks, Dylan.
one last question here: how did COVID affect you and your music? And just besides, the
Well,
obvious, of course. Were you touring before
well,
and then it stopped, or
here's the thing, right? I was just kind of fucking around for years. I wasn't really taking this shit seriously. I didn't put
okay,
time, effort, or money into making a career out of this shit until COVID hit. And then what happened actually before COVID, there was a beef with the underground artist known as the Joker, which is how me and Playboy the Beast met each other.
okay,
And that got some eyes on me. And from there, after doing a collaboration with Low Key, Kid Crusher, and Kung Fu Vampire, I was like, all right, right now,
okay,
COVID-19's got the world shut down. I'm working 12-hour night shifts and so on and so forth. I've got loads of fucking free time, got a little bit extra money, and my music is about to be put in front of a whole new crowd of people. So I can
Yeah.
either sit back and let it roll and see how that goes, or I can fucking take this shit with both hands and make Lex Lethal a career. And I've done that. All the
Absolutely.
progression you've seen, all the Spotify plays, all the YouTube progression, everything that you've seen since April last year.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure proud of you, man. You know what I mean? You really,
Appreciate
you
it, man.
really grabbed the motherfucking bull by the horns, man. And I really appreciate you, working with me. We were talking about, having something in the works. I really hope that, goes down. You know what I mean? I want to spend some time with you.
Yeah,
I want to, I definitely want to get you on a beat, man, and and you know, do the
be
damn
my
thing.
pleasure, man.
Yeah. And I want to thank you for coming
That's
on. I
wicked.
want to thank everyone for tuning in, man. And listen, like, comment, share,
Appreciate you.
man. You know what I mean?
Before
And
you head off, and
all
end
right.
this shit, I will quick chance to let people know. See this thing here? Did you see this? It was sitting behind
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
It's a wall hanging. It's a wall hanging that is featured on my merch store, along with a pretty tasty collection of things, including this fucking beast of a jacket.
That's that's what's up. Do you have another link for that?
Yeah, the link's actually quite easy. You ready to type it in, or can you type it in?
Yeah, I can type it in right now. Give it to me.
Lex Lethal Merch .bigcartel
Uh,
.com. It's easy enough to find.
yeah. Yeah, I forgot to put the
And you'll
merch in.
find my other logo on there. I got
So I
the
got Lex Lethal Merch .bigcartel.com.
.com. That's correct. Got tank. Got hoodies. This jacket also comes in a black variation.
That's what's up.
So do
So
check this
whatever you
shit out.
got, man, now is your time to do it, man. If you got more stuff, you want to show them, let's get it off, man. This is going to
I
be up
tell you
on
what.
YouTube, Twitch, Twitter. You know what I mean? We're going to share it as much as possible. Let's get your stuff out there.
I tell you what. I'm gonna do something I didn't know if I was gonna do, but I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna give a little preview of a track I'm working on right now that is a great deal of fun.
Sweet.
It's going to be one of the next releases, if not the next release. It's a track called Da Vinci.
That's what's up, man. We get a little sneak peek, man. I appreciate that.
Yeah. And that way people will understand as well, those who haven't heard a hell of a lot of my stuff yet, or haven't heard any of my stuff yet, other than what I just spit, they'll understand that I'm not a fucking one-trick pony.
That's what's up.
There you go. So we've got about 3 minutes here, if that's cool with you guys.
Oh, yeah. No worries.
Should have a good beat here too. Yeah. You hear that all right?
Yep, I can hear it good.
Cool.
I told the people that would bring him a 16, a pristine one. Lethal was Christine Jevines, little bastard on a glass of Jim Beam. You're an actor when you will crash up in this scene. Freddy Glover with knuckles the way I rip dreams, picking at every little thread to get split seams. It seems these oogie rappers are bags of maggots. I can paint a picture like the 16. You can't stand at the chapel. Yo, I'm Leonardo, no cap, no DiCaprio. I don't act, no that, don't at me, bro. I've got an for your back in the mat to roll your ass up, and when I'm done cutting them up with the bars, cutting you deep enough to bury people up in the scars. You ain't on my level, I'm clever as fucking, I'm hard. So when I penetrate a game, I guess I better be smart and put a condom on so they get all my songs. They think I won't card, then they goddamn wrong. When I fucking beat, I fucking deep with all my schlong. And now the industry is calling me the goddamn bomb, a napalm. I guess my sex is on fire. Leon King, Leonidas, a step to the empire like a red eye Jedi. Cause better I'm gonna get higher than anyone wanting to get pious. Like your funeral. you get it. But anywho, I guess it's 60 with 32. Don't even step because I'm several levels ahead of you. And you know why my genitals heavy fitting and head'll do. And I don't need to mention the name because I'm dandy. You ran C's and gender. We're leaving some of my peers. They calling it strange music, but not because I'm weirder than be calling me to go. But it's not because of my beard to hear I'm sick like again. But I called the doctor, and honestly, my pencil has got me nauseous. Let's not forget that I'm a Scottish goth, a metalhead, or whatever you want to fucking call it. Yeah, I'm an animal and I'm screaming Geronimo. Tarzan, I punch a beat with some teeth and can eat a cannibal. And I'm making regret. Fucking with the murder gang hard. Lethal on the beat is like Da Vinci with the dang bars. Bars. Fuck, that was only meant to be 16 bars.
Yeah, that was heat, man. Not too many people can do it like
Leonardo
that,
spitting with
brother.
murder gang hitters and nobody messing with murder gang and this and this ain't nobody ever with the murder gang. Well, fuck, I done fucked up my lyrics there. Or did I? So what were you saying, bro?
Oh man, I said not too many people can do it like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's got to be bars and wordplay as well, man. You got to have bars and wordplay.
Yeah, exactly. You did the damn thing, man. And I'd love to do it again. You know what I mean? So if you got an album coming out, man, let me know and we can definitely do this again, promote it, man. I'd love to do something like that. I'd love to have you on again, like, you know what I
Sounds good,
mean?
man. I'll give you a shout before the album comes out. I'll let you know.
Yeah, please do, man. And thanks again, and thank you guys for tuning again. I'm Jason Dubs with Double Dare Entertainment. And man, if you make it, I'm playing it, man. Get at me for interviews, man. You want to give a shout out?
Yeah, guys, I'll give a quick shout out. First off, to my own team, everybody that's ever been fucking backing me along the way for the years, thank you very much. I appreciate you. Keep holding on. Secondly, to Murder Music, Murder Gang for Life, always. Everybody's got to check out Murder Music. Check out every fucking artist on there because there's not somebody that's ever been on Murder Music, come through Murder Music, or is on Murder Music today that isn't a fucking elite. I guarantee you that. You want Plague TSC, Ty the Tyrant, and Playboy the Beast, Sane Gang Tony, Marlow 357. Just fucking check us all out, man. Do it.
Yeah, done deal. Much love, man. Much respect. Holler at your boy. Check out Gas or Trash tonight, man. Send your shit in. All right, man.